Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, Subsistence Traveling. I'm your host Jay. Today's topic is about those oil stocks, okay? And I want us to stay connected. So for exclusive content or to support the movement, visit my Patreon at patreon.com/subsistence traveling. All right, so my disclaimer, the content of this video is not meant to be financial advice, but my own views designed to stimulate thought. All right, so I know many people are excited because oil has bottomed and these stocks are cheap, but I urge caution. Okay, now my first concern are the valuations. I don't believe the valuations are clear. You look at these stocks and some are trading at less than book value. The problem is we don't know at what oil price book value was calculated. This also affects the balance sheets as far as the debt to assets are concerned. So basically, you know, um, a lot of these companies, you'll find that their debt to assets will increase, because we don't know at what price book value was calculated. So it may look cheap, but on a book value basis, but it may not be so. Second is natural gas. Natural gas is a cleaner and cheaper fuel. Now, on a positive note, most oil companies also produce natural gas, which is very plentiful. But a few years ago, most companies neglected nat gas for oil. Okay. Then we have renewable energy. Renewable energy use is increasing rapidly. Now it's just a matter of, it's a political thing, really. You know, uh, Even many emerging markets have adopted renewable energy even faster than the developed countries. Okay, so that's another thing to be concerned about. All right, another concern is deindustrialization. We're moving to a circular economy, more of a solid state kind of economy, and a very slow global growth. Okay, so that's those are my concerns regarding oil. Okay, so my outlook. I do believe oil prices should go higher. You know, Increased demand from emerging and frontier markets, particularly in Africa and Asia. And I believe we're going to see a very productive environment coming up after this crisis is over. Okay, and also the fact that not much investment has been made in the oil sector over the past 10 years. All right, so here's my final thought. I would consider low dollar value stocks when dealing with energy. That way, you're taking less risk with your money. I would also consider Chinese oil stocks. China should increase the oil consumption in the coming years. So you may want to consider some of the Chinese oil stocks. I would stick with the US and Canadian conventional oil companies. Avoid the shale, avoid the oil sands stuff, but as far as the conventional oil companies, they should hold up. Especially in the US, the US producers can break even around $18 to $20 per barrel. Okay. And I also believe, due to many political and geopolitical reasons, the US will emerge as a large exporter of natural gas and oil. When you look at what's been going on with Russia, they have sanctions on Russia, one of the largest producers, sanctions on Venezuela, another large producer, also sanctions on Iran, another large producer. Okay, so when you see things like that, you notice a pattern. And so I do believe the US will emerge as a very large exporter of oil and natural gas. You also want to consider the royalty companies. Right now, a lot of the royalty companies are trading at very low dollar prices. That way you're taking less risk. And also they have less risks themselves, as they don't really produce or explore. So when the economy opens up, the royalty companies would probably be an okay bet. Also, I would look at the energy companies with portfolios of clean energy assets. Over the past few years, a lot of the oil companies have been investing in clean energy and renewable energy, um, especially the European integrated companies, your Shells, BPs, uh, Total, Equinor. The issue with the European companies, though, is they have larger debt loads. See, the US producers have less debt, but they don't have as much investment in renewable energy. Whereas the Europeans have more renewable energy, but they're in a worse financial situation. So it's a trade-off. Most of the oil demand will come from either Africa and Asia in the future, okay? All right, so as always, guys, I hope I was able to share some valuable information. I encourage you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Also, I would encourage you to support the new Patreon channel that I've created with exclusive content. And as always, guys, peace to all.